Please welcome to the mic, Rusty Rutherford.
You want to mess with this 5'6", 110-pound monster? Then bring it. Cause what you're gonna do when WrestleMania runs wild on you? That was a pro wrestling style intro. That ended up getting me beat up. And then turned into a school rivalry and eventually led to a stabbing all over a public access TV show. I started the show my sophomore year of high school. It involved things like going door to door selling adult diapers and filming it, or doing parody videos of the Home Shopping Network and filming it. I got kicked out of McDonald's for wrestling in the ball pit with my date. I got kicked out of Albertsons grocery store because I took a boombox and I had customers give me dance lessons while I blasted Enrique Iglesias. I got kicked out of Windrock Mall because I went fishing in the fountain. And anytime a security guard would come and like sneak up on me like they were busting Danny Ocean stealing a Fabergé egg, yell at this little kid, I would just play super naive and innocent. I'd say, I'm sorry, sir, I didn't know. I didn't see any no fishing signs. Do you know a good fishing hole around here? They usually just get annoyed and tell me to just go home. The show was called Don't Watch This. My advertising strategy was, back in the day, there's a thing called the preview channel, channel 20, and it would scroll all the TV shows that were on, and I thought when people saw Don't Watch This, they'd be like, what the hell, why not? Don't tell me what to do, preview channel, and they'd watch it. It worked. Had a ton of viewers, 11 or 12 viewers a week, which is really good for public access. And the show started when me and my buddy were watching public access. Didn't any of you guys see the old school public access?
Yes.
Back in the day? It was terrible, but it was so fun to watch, so addicting. Our favorite show was called Country Oldies, and it was this older, very weird, awkward couple that would sit at a table with a big table full of boxes of CDs in front of them, and you could call them, and you could request a country song or an oldies song. And they would look through their boxes and they'd find a CD that was close enough to what you requested, and they'd play it. But the thing is, about 50% of their calls were prank phone calls, and about 80% of those prank phone calls were from me. But we watched that and we were like, if these people can get a show, anybody can. Because they would answer the phone, the man was really nice, and he'd be very patient, and you'd watch him like dealing with some teenage brat that's prank calling him, and then his wife would grab the phone from him and yell at them, and then yell at her husband, and then yell at the camera, all while like Brown-Eyed Girl played in the foreground. And we're like, all right, we gotta be able to get a show. So we called the station, and sure enough, anybody could get a show. So 6 weeks and $35 later, we had our public access TV show, Don't Watch This. Now it was mostly pure, innocent fun. We were doing it just to entertain ourselves. But eventually people around my school, around Sandia High School, started watching it. I would get on the morning announcements and I'd announce it, and we started building viewers at Sandia. And so I wanted to branch out and get other people to watch it. So I had a contest where people could email me, and I would select a new person each week, and I'd go host the show from their bathroom. So I would like drive across town. Well, I'd have my parents drive me across town to some stranger's bathroom. And I'd go in and host a show in their bathroom while their parents were just confused what we were doing. And then I decided to expand even more, and I had the first ever Win a Date with the Chick Magnet contest. That's me. I had so many entries, like 4 or 5 entries, and one of them was a handwritten entry from this really hot cheerleader that was way out of my league. So she won because of her writing skills. And we went on a date. That's where we wrestled in the ball pit and got kicked out. Then I took her to putt-putt golf, and we played with 9 irons. They let us. They didn't care. We went to karaoke, and she sang a duet with the waiter. I got a little jealous, but it was cool. And then eventually, she started being a regular guest on the show. I was friend zoned pretty quick by her. But she would host shows, she would come up with sketches, and one show I hosted from her bathroom, and she wanted to try to get her ex-boyfriend back. And I didn't know if she meant she wanted to like get back at him or get back together with him, but it became apparent that she was trying to get back together with him. And I thought, what way could I get closer to this girl than hosting a show where she's trying to get back together with her ex-boyfriend? Doesn't work. So we hosted, and it mostly consisted of her reading terrible love poems to the camera. I'm like, this isn't funny, but I'll do whatever you say because you're cute, and I don't know how to say no yet. But we had a cute couple funny sketches. She wrote one about their group of friends. They had a guy, one of her ex-boyfriend's friends, they called him Bedhead because he had wild, crazy hair. Not like mine, but wilder. So we sang a song about Bedhead, and we did an interpretive dance in the park to Bedhead. And then the next day, I wasn't able to make it, but my two buddies that helped with the show, they went to Highland High School, where that kid went, and they handed out flyers, they put up flyers, and next thing I know, I was getting calls from my friends saying that the guys that the show was about, that it was dedicated to, were threatening me if I aired the show, they were going to kick my ass. I better not show it. And I was like, well, it's a good show. It's fun. I'm a nice guy. I wear t-shirts with cats dressed as Biggie Smalls. Like, I'm a nice dude. But they were threatening me, telling me not to show the show. And I'm a reasonable dude. If they would have talked to me, I'd be like, all right, cool. But I'm like, you don't threaten me. So that's where the 5'6", 110-pound monster promo came out. I was really about 5'5", 107 pounds, but I exaggerated to sound more intimidating. I ripped off my shirt. You could see my ribs back then. I thought it was hilarious. They thought it was real. So right after the show aired, I got a phone call from one of the guys, and he's like, hey, I told you not to air that. He's like, come meet us at the park. We're going to kick your ass. And I was like, I can't right now. I'm watching Monday Night Raw. Wrestling was on. I was like, I can't leave. He's like, all right, then tomorrow, come fight. I was like, no, tomorrow's not good either. I think I'm watching wrestling again tomorrow. And so they showed up at my school. I was walking to class, and I wasn't paying attention. I look up, and a dude pushes me, and I fall back on my wrist, like jump up. There's like 5 or 6 guys, and me and another girl. Not trying to brag, but I hung out with girls a lot as friends. And they got in my face, and they said if I didn't meet them after school and fight them, they were going to jump me and my friends one by one. And so, growing up on action movies like The Karate Kid and other PG-13 favorites, I decided I was going to fight these guys, get it over with, do what I needed to do. I didn't even tell the 2 other guys who caused a mischief at Highland. They ended up at another park. So I show up at the skate park, ready to fight these guys, and I had told some friends about it. I see Sandia, my crew's there. There's like 15 dudes from Sandia. I'm like, okay, cool, we're good. But then Highland rolls up, and there's like 45 dudes. And Sandia is all these like dorky white preppies just there to watch a fight. Highland are like big dudes in white beaters just staring at me, like how you're staring at me, just staring me down. Oh, I was like, all right, I gotta fight this dude. So I was like, all right, which one of you guys am I fighting? And this dude was like, there was Bedhead, the one that had a song about Bedhead. He shaved his head because of the music video. No joke. He didn't fight me. It was another dude that I don't think was even in the show. He's like, I guess I'll fight you. And so I'm clearing out my pockets, handing it, because I don't want to like fall and land on something. Right? It's a fight. You gotta clear your pockets. I take out some chapstick, and the guy says, what, are you gonna throw that at me? I said, no, it's chapstick. So I threw the chapstick up in the air, and he looked at it, and I kicked him in the head. I was in Taekwondo, so I could kick high, but I only weighed 107 pounds, so I couldn't kick hard. But I could kick high, and I kicked him in the head, and it pretty much just pissed him off. And then he tackled me. I blacked out for a couple seconds, not really sure what happened. I ended up on the ground on my back with him on top of me, picking me up, slamming me into the grass. Harder and harder and harder. It hurts. Actually, it hurts. Fighting hurts. He kept doing it, and then he started dragging me over to the sidewalk. And I was like, oh shit, wait, this is real. If he sends me on the sidewalk, that's gonna hurt more than the grass. So I started kneeing his head. I knee his head a few times. I get up, my buddies separate us. We hop in a car and take off, and as we're driving out of the skate park, a dude jumps in front of our car and throws a bottle and shatters my friend's window. But we swerve around and we get out. Another buddy in a truck pulls up and stops them from following us. Turns out that day they followed a couple other dudes, cut them off at the foothills and surrounded their car, robbed them, took a bunch of crap from their car, destroyed their car. Word started getting around school that this had happened. This was on a Friday. So Monday, I had a dentist appointment because I had a loose tooth from the fight. And I go to the dentist appointment, I get it done, I miss school. All these rumors go around that I was in the hospital, that I got beat up. But then I also heard rumors that I pulled a coin out of my pocket and I flipped a coin to decide who I was going to fight. That's pretty badass. It wasn't a coin, it was chapstick. Other rumors that I pulled Chinese stars out of my pockets. And so I had to indulge the fans of my ass kicking. So I showed up at school on that Tuesday on crutches with my ribs taped, a fake black eye, a bandage around my head with some blood dripping, like it was still bleeding. And people believed it, and I humbly walked around school. People would try to help me as I fell down stairs and hills, not knowing how crutches worked. I thought it was fun. I thought it was over. A couple days later, the Highland guys show up again. They show up at the school. They try to fight my friends. They get chased out. The principal yells at me. That's when they found out that it happened. I got suspended from school. A couple months later, or a couple weeks later, the same guys end up at a Sandia party. And I had a lot of friends at school that were cool that tried to defend me. Some people I didn't know. And they tried to kick these guys out of the party. The guys ended up pulling a knife, stabbing people. I went to courts. All over a stupid public access TV show. But the main thing I learned from it was that sometimes you gotta be so passionate about your art that you're willing to get beat up for it, even if your art is just getting kicked out of McDonald's. Thank you.